don't know how he does the game. Let's check. Overwatch scene. There we go.
Welcome to Oasis.
Oasis. Good map. Fun map.
Ready for battle.
So you're playing Tracer? Okay. I will say Genji Tracer Vayne's area doesn't have a lot of synergy to begin with, but you can't control what your team does. And of course you're gonna be playing with it, just trying to keep distance. Okay, that's good. You're gonna be playing with the Genji, so I expect both of you to just try to focus the same target down. Don't waste your... Don't do this. Yes, you are probably after Juicy. I definitely will have enough time today. So, yep, I'm just going down the review list. A lot of the time I forget about it. I will see. Also, I was gonna say, don't do this. Oh, hold on, let me close this because... Just be prepared, me and him don't coordinate that much. You should. If you're gonna two-stack with Genji Tracer, these two heroes can coordinate very well. Just by going at the same target from different directions, you can kill them in like less than 1 second. Because you can one-kill people already, right? And he's got like 100 damage with his right click if he headshots. And then a 75 damage dash. So you got 175 immediate, like literally immediate damage coming one way. And over 200 coming another way. So if you just coordinate different angles on someone, they got to choose one person to look out, and the other person can just kill them. Yeah, again, don't waste your blinks before the game starts. Take flying, yeah, this is good. You go through Mega. It's fine, you're gonna take the high ground, I assume. Yep. Link to the high ground if you have to, that's fine. Genji, not an ideal target, and our Moira's already dead. So, you blink down, so blink awareness. I don't think you meant to blink down, so... be careful when you blink, I guess. Learn how far your blinks will take you. It will take you time and play time, like... Eventually, if you keep playing Tracer, you will learn where your blinks will get you to, the distance you will go, and the distance you'll go, and the map structure, like where you can blink to maps and where you can drop and from and etc. Sense a great target. A little too close. Can. This is fine. Focus Diana. Don't kill her. That's just unlucky. Now you kill her. Good cleanup. Not ideal, but still okay. And you kill Diana, which is the biggest target you can kill. Fight is lost, by the way, so we prepare for the next one. We just don't go in right now. Now, you revealed your position. You're likely to die. Good blink. You forced deflect out and blinked away, so I like that. But you're basically just taking a very losing fight right now. Like, hold on. Your team is all the way here, right? They are only now coming here. And you're kind of already in the fight. You are shooting at the Genji, you are right next to Rothog. It's not ideal. I like that you are number 1, it makes it easier. You know what? I appreciate that you get away and don't chase. But ideally, honestly, you gave yourself away. You could have just stayed here until your team was ready to go in. And when your team was ready to go in, then you either poke and start shooting people from up here, or decide to drop and go for a flank. You can shoot Genji from behind. That's a great kill from Urana. I like this. We're going for a flank. We don't want to be on the front line. That's a present. That's just tracking, I believe. Yeah, I think that's just aim practice. But let's see. What I want to see if you are in blink melee range. So this range again, just a little too close. It's about 5 meters. You should be a little further away. But you don't have control over this one exactly because you're just coming out of the flank and seeing him. And you try to stay away, which is okay, but your aim is a little bit too sensitive. Okay, you are overcorrecting a lot. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to track him, but whenever you want to go back, you basically, instead of trying to follow him, you do this for aiming, right? And this may be because your sensitivity is too high, I'll be honest. Because you're trying to keep track of the Zenyatta, but what you're doing is this. Instead of just being like, send, you are being like, oh, Sen is here. Oops, I went too far, I got to correct. Oops, I went too far, I got to correct. So it may be a sensitivity issue here. You know what? Not ideal pulse, you were a little too far away, but I appreciate the attempt. If you had been like 2 meters closer, or you blinked into the rain for the pulse bomb, that would have been great. He may still die to it. Yeah, he literally jumped back into it. Try new sensitivities to see what works. Some games it's higher, some games it's lower. Do not do that. You really want to get used to a sensitivity. Because you can maybe try a sensitivity and it works for one game, but because you're not used to it, then it may not work for another, and you may discard a sensitivity that's really good because you are not used to it, and you try it for 1 to 2 games, and then you change, and then you come back to it, and it's just really bad. I can tell you right now, I'll show you later actually. The ideal way to test your sensitivity is that if this is your mousepad, right? So you got the space from here to move your mouse. What you want to do is that if from the middle to an end, it's a 180. And from the middle to both ends is a 360. That's usually the best way to determine your approximate mouse sensitivity, and you can tweak it from there. A little higher, a little lower. See what... Like the new guns. Gotta love the golden guns. Like Spitfire golden guns look pretty sweet, right? Pew 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 pew. But yeah, I'll show you later in the practice range, but ideally you want one full mousepad length to be at 360, and from there you can start there and you can tweak it, go a little higher, go a little lower, depending on your preferences. But yeah, you see right now you're doing that a lot. When you go, instead of just correcting immediately, you end up going way too far into the motion of tracking. By this one. Good job. Great flank, by the way. Again, you didn't kill them, but you did get the sun. Where's the sun? Oh, they don't have a sun anymore. Oh yeah, they still... I was looking at the wrong team. You got the sun really low, you got the Brian really low, the pulse bomb did work. It wasn't ideal pulse bomb, but still okay. And again, I like this flank. Flanks with Tracer are really good. I don't like that you disengaged all the way. Like, I know what you... Where are you? Here. I know what you thought. You were like, I'm not gonna take the 1v1 versus Roadhog. Right? I'm not gonna do this. You can take the 1v1 versus Roadhog. You don't have to kill him, but you can start farming your pulse bomb again. And I will say, even if you're afraid and you don't wanna take it for whatever reason, you don't have to disengage all the way. You can stay here and see where they go. And maybe when they go through, then you can either flank this way or come behind them and shoot at them. Instead of sorry, one. So coming all the way to your team again, frontline Tracer is like worst Tracer. Like, we are shooting a shield right now. Imagine if instead you had been here and you just shot this Roadhog while he tried to approach, then blink out, he hooks, and after he hooks, you just got 3 shots on him, you can kill him immediately. Even if you don't kill him and he goes away, he's got to go away because he can't hook you anymore. And if he tries to walk up to you, you just walk away and keep shooting. Like, your range is... This is your range... No, actually it's a little closer. This is your range, this is his range. You've got a lot of room to play with. And you could have chased him away and then go for the Sen or the Shangrat, or even shooting the man from behind. He's got no hook, we can kill him. Pressure him, nice. Ryan should not have charged, but that's okay. Again, I like this. Like Ryan's playing here now, and they're looking this way, so this becomes a new flank. So I like it. Look left though. You are looking at the DPS, and I'll just say this: like, hold on. Those are low. Those are free. Look at the Sen. You can force trans by just shooting his way. Yeah, this is not bad. I like this flank, and you are shooting at the people who are low. But target priority. Kill the healers, and you win the fight, right? If they use trans, Genji goes in after trans. Free Junkrat kill. Remember, you can melee people to death. You could have melee him and he wouldn't have gotten the thing and then recalled. Just to kill him though, you should stick to him though. Yep, that's good. Your team fight is won. Go for the flank again, I like it. Remember, you don't always want to do the same thing, but it's been working. Also, careful of the Junkrat trap, you see where it is. We keep this like in the brain, on the background, so that we know where it is for the future. Rothog is looking for you, so it means he's wasting time. Almost. You got him anyway. And this is a juicy bomb. I will say you still missed it. So your push bomb main does need a little bit of work, but that's you still. The idea was perfect, and you still got him. So, like, I think you just barely. You just barely aim left at the last second instead of keep aiming forward, and look at how little it is for you to stick him. If you had aimed in front of you instead of pulling to the left at the last second, you would have killed him directly, like 100%. Instead, you still kill him because he just kinda doesn't go away and he doesn't have any protection because he's Zenyatta. But if he had if he had kept going forward, he may not have died from the pulse bomb. You can still kill him by just shooting at him. Also, the Ryan just charges into it and takes all of the damage, which is pretty hilarious. Good bomb anyway. Like, I really like this flanking 2 bomb. You use 2 blinks, you get a kill and a half, you get out. Really good flank.
Just in time.
You go back frontline, we don't have to. Again, remember, you can contest a Roadhog. The only thing you have to be careful about is the hook. And once he doesn't have the hook, he's free ult charge for you. Careful! I know you couldn't see the Junkrat, but that was still scary. You still died. That's unlucky. Let's fight. We regroup. We just regroup. Nope, let's fight. Tell your Genji friend. No, you can't shoot through this. I know you can see through them, but you cannot shoot through them. No hook, free shot. That's unlucky. You don't have to recall, but I'm even fine with it. You were giving the hook. Yeah, I said that before, right? You can. Hold on, it was the other. You can just play here. Like, you don't have to be with your team on the front line. If you're with Tracer, you can actually hold the angle really well. You can hold the flank. By playing here, when people try to push you, unless it's 2 people, if 2 people are chasing you, then you just play very defensive. You don't worry about getting kills. You just make it a 2v1 for as long as you can, and your team can win the fight 4v5 on the front line, right? If the Roadhog and the Junkrat want to come for you, and you are just like, Roadhog's here, Junkrat's here, you can see them as soon as they come here. You can be like, oh, my range is a lot better than yours. I can just shoot at you. When you try to hook, I got free range. And when they try to push you, you back out and you keep doing damage, and all the time your team is playing like 4v5 over here. So yeah, hold the angle. Like, Tracer is not as good with the front line, because she's actually pretty good at holding the angle. So if you can, like, 1v1, you can win against any character in Overwatch. You may not, because there are some just skill matchups, like if they got a Tracer, it's a skill matchup, right? It's a Tracer 1v1, So you've got to be better than the other Tracer. But even if you're not better, all the time you spend here is time that you've got this angle and they cannot push this angle. So you are forcing them into your team, right? If they bring 2 people, then again, you are giving your team an advantage. If there's 1 person, then their team can go this way and they have to push into your team. Angles are very, very important in Overwatch. Like, having the option to go this way, it makes a huge difference over just being able to go this way. And the same goes on the offense. Having the having the option to just make your entire team rotate this way, rather than just this way, is really good. Let's look at you. Oh, you died to the blade. That's unlucky. I think he just nano-bladed and you got killed. Cannot shoot through that. No hook means we can shoot. We can shoot for free. Nano-blade and he just goes for you and you just die. You could have blinked away. Ah, yes. The perfect flanker. The trend G. For real though, that's silly. You could have blinked away maybe when you heard the voice line, but I'm not gonna blame you for dying to Nanoblade. Your team's gonna probably your entire team's gonna die to the Nanoblade anyway, yeah.
Heroes never die. Wait for me.
You didn't realize he was there. That's fine. Again, like, you could have just blinked away from when you heard the voice line, because you can assume he's diving into your team. But even then, I will not judge you for that one. That's a free Ana, by the way. Just blink forward and kill the Ana. Unlucky. Good recall. He should have killed you. Free Genji as well. No deflect. Oh, he got Mercy. That's unlucky. And again, you are overcorrecting a little much with the aim. So I do think you maybe have your sense a little too high. You don't want to do the Genji. Like, I know I said that you can take a 1v1 versus anyone, but if you can avoid the 1v1 and get a better flank, you should. Unlucky. Because the Genji is just holding here. Genji is also pretty good at holding. Not great, but he's definitely not as good as Tracer. But if he can retreat to his team, then you shouldn't follow him into his team. Because what you're doing is you chase him out, and he went that way, and you kept chasing, and then he got healed and came back. So once you clear the angle, either go for someone else, or take a longer rotation. And yeah, you shouldn't have blinked down mid, but it's a lost fight anyway, like, the fight was lost. And you had to try to touch, so I'm fine with it.
Back in the fight.
So, thus far, you guys lost the first point. Could you have done something else to win it? Yes, you could have held the angle where the Junkrat and the Roadhog pushed through. If you had been holding that angle and they hadn't been able to just decimate your team, you could have won that fight, but you were doing pretty good overall.
A moment to enjoy some peace and quiet.
You could be getting more value and there are things you could fix. But right now you're playing pretty okay. And yeah, I definitely think that the biggest thing right now is I'm looking at your sensitivity, because if we fix your aim by if we improve your aim by 5% by your sensitivity, you can finish up on kills like on the Zenyatta and on the Ana, and you'll just win more duels. I like this, you take a long flank around them. Pretty good. Orion dies. I think, I'll say this, I think you went in too late. So, good flank. But, because the fight is gonna happen, I want you to either go this way or go this way. Right? Because, well, the fight is gonna happen. I've said this before to several people. On the very first fight, it is important that you get to the point very first. If your team is gonna go to point and their team is gonna go to point, taking this rotation, which is very long, means that you are basically forcing your team into a 5v6. Because you are not going to be there for the fight. And having first control of the point is very important. So, I'm fine with like this flank, or this flank, but I think the flank you take is a little too long, and you go in too late. Like, even up to here, I'm like, okay, this may be a little long, and your Ryan's already about to die, yeah. That's just unfortunate. It's still winnable, the run is low, and they used a lamp, so it's definitely still a winnable fight. And you're on the back line. I like that you're going for the buff, but it's a lost fight. Like, we lost Genji, we lost Ryan, lost fight. So, is it your fault? No. But you could have definitely, if you had, hold on, let's go back. Let's go back and watch it from another perspective, right?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So, you are there right now. You can be here. Instead of blinking that way, you can be here. Look at this. This is a great flank, right? Even if you come this way, you can kill the McCree. Like, if you see the McCree... Do you see the McCree? No, you're just too busy going. If you took a second to look at this, you can see that you got a lot of value here. You can kill the McCree. I don't want to say it's a skill matchup against McCree. It's more of a matter if you can hit the flashbang or not. At the very high ranks, he may be able to just headshot you right away, but even a headshot will not kill you alone. So at this rank, especially if you can keep your distance and shoot at him, he will never kill you so long as he doesn't flashbang you. And you can be like, hey, hold on, let's speed down. You can be like, hey, I can kill the McCree, or go for the entire team, get a great flank. Like, your Ryan suicidal, your Ryan just charges into the team, but you could be helping. You could be like taking Batista out, maybe trying to get Lucio, definitely killing McCree. Like, stay here for one more second. I'll look at this. Right? This is free. He's looking the other way. He's not free because he's looking this way, but he's free, and you can kill him, or maybe even pressure this one. Maybe the Rhine dies. I believe that the Rhine... Look at the Rhine. The Rhine is untied. Look at his health. If it were not for the emo, he would have died. Like, look at his health go down. Probably, maybe not actually, but still, if you were here and distracted the Batiste, he got healed twice during that. So you could have definitely made a difference on that fight by taking a shorter rotation. Because especially in the first fight on Control, you really want to take short rotations because just fights happen right away. People have to get to point right away because getting to point can win you the Control, right? Can win you the fight. So yeah. Right, let's go back at you. Fight is lost. Fight is definitely lost. We should not start. We should not stagger yourself. You are staggering yourself. Ryan is right. Group up. You staggered yourself. Like, this means that your team cannot go in for another 10 seconds. And if you'd waited like 3 more seconds, your team was almost ready to go in. So yeah, don't stall yourself. Like, don't stagger yourself like that. That's the first big mistake I can notice. Like, conceptual mistake. That's a great kill from the Rhine. So we respawn, we go from the back line. You press I... Sorry. Here's the thing. Even if you get the BAP and you die, that doesn't change the fight. Your team still cannot go in. And also BAP has emo and BAP has self-healing. So BAP is very difficult to just kill. You definitely were being too greedy. I like this flank. I don't like that you don't have full health. So take the mini, I guess, is the best advice I can give you. Or just wait here for 1 second for your Batiste to look your way and heal you. I still really like this flank. Stick the Rhine. you took 1 second too long on the pulse, so you got no value. And the fight is lost because they just killed 2 people. Can just die. If you want to stay here until you die, it's fine, but ideally, yeah, just get out. Die or get out. Lost fight, right? Lost fight. We tell people to regroup. If you are in the group with Genji, tell the Genji to not go that way, that far forward. Wait for the team. Decent. Didn't kill him, but it's difficult to one-clip a Lucio anyway. But you're drawing the attention of 2 people, so that's solid. You can get a Mega, I like it. Ryan is chasing you, so this is a big win for your team. You got Ryan and someone else chasing you, and your Ryan's still alive. Your Genji is dead, which is unlucky. Good battle from Rosaria. Unlucky, you don't have pulse move yet. Honestly, just shoot at the hog, build the pulse bomb and just throw it into the grab. He thinks he's better. LOL. He's not. Like, if you guys are playing together, then you're definitely at the very least within 1000 SR. So he's what, Diamond? He may know a little better if he's Diamond. But still, if he's just going in, he definitely does not know better. Good way, good flank at your point. Just yeet the pulse bomb out. You get a kill, good job. By the way, you can show this clip. I'm about to do this clip. You can show this to your Genji, and Genji, reformed God, you do not know better. Stop going in before the team is ready to go in. Also, coordinate. You two should be coordinating. A Genji and a Tracer stacking on like gold or plat, you can literally farm people. The 2 of you, if you coordinate your dives, you can literally kill everyone in their team except their tanks. Just by coordinating a little bit. You can literally carry games up to like Diamond. Just by doing that over and over and over. You can clip that and send it to him. I like this. You're just contesting point. Swap. I know I say don't swap targets too often, but this is definitely the higher priority. So I appreciate the swap. I think you guys can, like, especially with a Genji Tracer duo, just by looking at the same target, like if the Genji goes in from the left and you go in from the right, like this is the target left, target right, the target set. Like if this is a Nana and she tries to back away from the Genji, then you just go this way and you kill her. If she tries to back away from you, just the Genji kills her. If she tries to circle down on one of you, the other one is free to kill her. The 2 of you can literally just kill people by going in from different angles. And the more different the angles, the better, right? This is not as good as this. Or even like one from the high ground and one from this side, because high ground is even further away. So just dive people together and kill them. Like, the 2 of you can literally play without your entire team, so long as you're playing when your team is alive. Like, I'm saying, don't just go in the 2 of you versus the 6 of them. Wait for your team to be walking forward, set up a dive on whoever you want to kill, and you will kill them. It's literally as easy as, hey, the Zenyatta... Hold on, let me go back before the fight happens. So I can show you what I mean. Let's go on the high ground, like this. Okay, so, they beat, whatever. Genji's dead, which is unlucky, but that's not important to what I mean. You can be like, okay, you know what? That's you. Do you die here? I just want to make sure you are alive. No, you just didn't go. Okay, you can be like, okay, Genji, the McCree is playing behind the Rhine. Let's set up a dive, right? I know, McCree doesn't seem diveable, right? But you set up this flank really good. Genji can come this way. Genji just walks here, you walk here. You can go in, kill him with dash, left clicks, melee, right clicks from the Genji, and then you can get out. You've got recall, Genji gets dash reset, both of you get out, then you do the same thing again. Genji hides here maybe, or hides up here, wherever he wants to. You hide on the corner near point, like right here. And then you go, okay, do we have our cooldowns again? We have our cooldowns again. Let's go for the Batis. Let's go, 3, 2, 1, we go. And again, you find the Batis, you shoot at him a bunch, you left click, Genji right clicks, the Batis dies, Genji dashes away, you recall away, or you blink away, or whatever, and you just paste and repeat and kill literally everyone. In that case, what I wanted to say was, don't recall. Like, I know you are low on health, and I know your recall gets you health, but it's last fight. You really have to win this one. So just stay here, shoot at the hog, get your pulse bomb, blink. It's fine if you die. Just get the pulse bomb out and try to kill everyone. I still like this flank. You kill the Genji, it's still winnable. Not a great pulse bomb, but I still like the Lucio just speed rise into it. Yeah. So, boom, by the way. Blink. Ideally, you want to, rather than just yeet the pulse bomb into the air, you can blink forward, throw it, and then get out. But yeah, your Tracer gameplay definitely has. Did your mouse disconnect? You are just not chasing targets. Good shooting. You go for the buff here, which is the right call. Now we kill the Rhine, who's very killable. Melee if you have to. Oh, you lag. Okay. You killed Roadhog. He's just the babe. You had a pink spike. That makes sense. You killed Roadhog here. Like, Roadhog is behind you, and he used healing recently, or he's like right there, and your Genji is with him. Oh, your Genji's gonna die. Yeah. So you could have saved your Genji. If you guys weren't talking at all, Genji would have been like, hey, Roadhog, no heals, help me, kill, kill. And both of you could have killed the Roadhog very easily. So he died with deflect. So you know what? That's on you, Genji. Don't die with deflect. You guys win the point. Chase that McCree. He's so low. Never mind. Mora got him. Mora got you. You can kill him. Like your tanks are with you. You can just blink towards him and kill him. Yeah. Good job. We got pulse bomb. We go for another flank pulse bomb. Yeah. This is okay. Great job. Great job. It was a little predictable, like you double blinked and stuck him in the face. He could have stunned you, but good job anyway. Great flank. Look at that. Melee. Oh, you could have killed him with a melee. He still dies. But you could have melted and killed him. Instead of reloading, just press the melee button and kill him. Great flank though. You won that fight. That was literally, you won that fight. We used Nanoblade and we got literally nothing out of it. Because everyone was dead already. Which is funny, but also sad, because now we don't have Nanoblade for the next fight. And again, this wouldn't happen if you coordinated with your Genji. If you were like, hey, I'm gonna try to pulse bomb someone. You pulse bomb the McCree and you win, and the Genji is like, oh, we've already won, because I knew we were gonna use pulse bomb. So I don't have to use Blade unless the pulse bomb doesn't get anyone. Yeah, you guys just lose this, which is unlucky. You have no ults. If you saved Nanoblade, you could have won. You go for the flank again, which is good, but you're taking a little too long. Your team's already engaging. Taking a little too long. You've got to go, you've got to go, you've got to go. McCree's a free kill. Don't swap targets. If you are on McCree, stay on McCree. You went for the Lucio, then you're looking behind you. You could have killed one of them, but I don't think it would have made a difference. You're just stalling a point, it's fine. So, and that's just a pulse bomb. So, your pulse bomb aim is not great, right? You do need to work on your pulse bomb aim. You're basically just yeeting your pulse bombs into the air. And we should look at your sensitivity as well. But other than that, like, the theory concept I can give you is talk with your Genji more. Coordinate the dives more, because even if you don't have a Genji, if you have maybe a monkey instead, and you got like Monkey Tracer is actually the best dive duo, because you can literally just jump at people and kill them. In your case, yeah, coordinating with your Genji will get you to so far. Like, even if you're not great, if you're decent, having the edge by coordination will mean that you will literally delete people. Like, you'll be like, okay, let's get the Baptiste. 3, 2, 1, Genji goes in, Tracer goes in, Baptiste is like, where the fuck do I look at? And he's dead. Genji dashes, that's 75 damage. Genji right clicks his head or even his body, that's like another 80 to 175 or 177, I think. He can melee for an extra 35 damage. So Genji's got a 200 burst combo. You can left click, which does also 200 plus. So that's 30 if you want to melee. This Baptiste is dead. He's like high gold or low plat. That's fine. In the case, yeah, you just go like 200 plus damage coming from the Genji, 200 plus damage coming from a Tracer, from different angles at the same time. This Baptiste is dead. He's like, well, guess I'll perish. Yeah, I guess Baptiste can throw emo, but you can technically kill him before the emo even... Like, you can kill him in under a second between the two of you. So you can kill him before the emo even activates. The same goes for, like, literally any hero with 200 HP. Both of you can just go at the same time. Any hero. I don't care if it's Sombra, if it's Tracer, if it's McCree, if it's Reaper. Well, Reaper has 250. But any hero with 200 HP, both of you can just go and kill in 1 second. There are some exceptions like Moira. Moira is a good one. Brigitte is also a good one. Both of them kind of have like... I don't want to say... Like, Brigitte has 200 shields, so it's more than 200 HP. She counts as 400. But Moira has Fade. Fade is broken. Other than a few exceptions, most heroes you can just kill. Like Lucio as well. Lucio is difficult to track. It's not that he can escape you, but he's difficult to track if he's wall riding. If Lucio is just standing in the open, you can just kill him anyway. But if he's wall riding, probably not the ideal target. In the case, cursor, give me... Oh, sorry. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit about how to figure out your sensitivity. I mentioned the whole thing, but I'll do it again anyway. Basically, what I want you to look at is, I want you to have the ability of this. Hold on, let me move my microphone because it's on my mouse pad. My mouse goes from, it's at the very left right now. I'm gonna move it to the very right. So it goes a little more than 360 because I like having the extra mobility, but mostly because I play tanks, so when playing tanks, having the extra mobility is pretty solid just to look around. So my 360, it's not, does this translate to console? You know what? You have a great point. I forgot you guys are playing on console, right? But yeah, ideally what you want to do is you want to make this movement and this movement be... I know it's always going to be the same on the other side, but you want to make it so that you can track along this... Hold on, let me get a tracking hero like Soldier. It does translate to console, yes. The ideal thing is that you want this movement to be comfortable, right? This is the movement you want to be comfortable. And the same goes the other way. So think about how much you want to go left to make this way until you feel comfortable. Ideally, a good way to practice your tracking is by moving left and right to how to tell your sensitivity is too high or too low. It will definitely apply when UPC comes in, that's fair, yeah. But by moving left and right and keeping your... See how easy it is to keep your crosshair on the head of the ball. It may become very difficult at some point, because if your sensitivity is too high, what will happen is that when you want to correct... Hold on, I'll turn my sensitivity out so you can see. Does soldier have a set sensitivity? No. So if I turn my sensitivity up to like 6, which is a lot for me, you will see that when I try to stay on the head, I try to overcorrect and I go too far to the side. So that's also a good way to test it. My sensitivity is too high, by going left and right, I will try to overcorrect a lot. Because I'm just not used to this sensitivity, right? The same happens when I try to go to the left and right. So you can try it that way instead in console. If your sensitivity is too high, then what you'll do is when you try to keep your... You don't even have to shoot, by the way. You can just move left and right and try to keep your crosshair over the head. And when you change from left to right, you will notice that you go too far. Like when you start moving either way, you will notice that you start doing this. Because instead of correcting a little bit, when you go too far, because of you are not used to that movement. So let me put it down back then to 4. I hope I'm explaining myself properly. But like you will notice that now I can just keep my head on my crosshair on the head even a lot easier, even when I switch direction. Because my sensitivity is lower. So this is a good sensitivity for me. It's very comfortable. I can just keep my crosshair on the head at all times. I get distracted when I'm talking at the same time, but you get what I mean. All of the mistakes can be that influential though, right? They can be, and they are. Because if you make a single little mistake that costs you a fight, if you get more value and like, okay, let me put it this way. If you could get 5% more value consistently by fixing one little mistake, then it's a 5 higher percent chance of a fight win, right? If you have a 5% more, have high percent chance, if you have a 5% chance higher to win a team fight, you're gonna win an extra 1 out of 20 team fights, which does not seem like a lot. But this 1 out of 20 team fights will, because you usually get a lot of team fights in a game, that 1 out of 20 team fights will usually win you like 1 out of 2 or 3 games. So yeah, it's actually a big difference. Every little thing you fix, even if it just improves your gameplay by 5%, which by the way 5% is a lot, but especially theoretic concepts, if you improve your gameplay by 5%, which is basically 1 out of 20 more team fights won, during a game you can have 20 team fights easy. Like the game we just watched has... Actually, let's go back and check. I want to go back and check. Which is the one we just watched? And you could have won at least 3 or 4 different team fights by doing a few different little things. That's Oasis, right?
Welcome to Oasis.
Okay, so let's go super speed and let's go forward.
1.
So 1 team fight. Actually, let's keep track of it. 1 team fight.
The objective is now active.
2 team fights. 3 team fights. I know this one ends right when you... Is it position 1? No, this is still the 3rd one. Very long very long 3rd team fight. Like actually so long that we used so many ults, but we're still on 3. Hold on, let me... Okay, team fight over. 4 team fights. Still poking, but poking is not a team fight. You win the fight. Fight 1. 5 team fights. Because this time they have got to regroup, so... Okay. This is still the 2nd team fight. 6 team fights. Fight over. 7 team fights. You're gonna have at least 1 more, if not 2 more. I think you get 1 more because you trace the Genji. Team fight lost. 18 fights. 18 fights. On the first map, only 18 fights. So, yeah, winning 1 out of 20, when you usually get about, let's just say, 15 to 25 on a control map, depending on the length and how many maps you get. Yeah, winning 1 out of 20 can definitely make the difference between winning and losing. If you won one more team fight, you would have won the game, the map at least, at this point, right? Look how close you are. What about the other one? How close were you on this one? Give me the cursor, please. Please give me the cursor. 61, so you may not have won it. Hold on. But at the very least, you would have had a much better chance. You could have gotten to like 85 or something, and then have another fight, right? So yeah, winning 1 out of 20 team fights can definitely make the difference. And that's by fixing a little thing that improves your gameplay just a tiny bit. You can make a huge difference about winning fights. Like, let's take the first fight. Instead of taking the long rotation, taking a shorter rotation, maybe had a 5% impact. Maybe you win this team fight. Maybe this is the team fight that you win because you fix one mistake and you just take first cap. First cap is so important. It's actually more than just very important. So maybe you take the first cap of the point. You win the first team fight and you just win. Are there any visible improvements from last time? Yeah, I like that. First things first, you played pretty well overall. You did make mistakes here and there. You should be holding angles a little bit more. You should be making very long rotations. You should be going with your team. But you're playing pretty solid. And I like that you're playing. You are not doing the thing where you play literally right on top of their faces. And this is giving you advantages on 1v1s. And you're winning most 1v1s. Like, hold on, when was it? I'm thinking about one that I was just thinking about. I think it was, yeah, I think I can go back. I don't remember what it was, but you took a 1v1 versus Roadhog on this point, at some point, where Roadhog tried to push you this way, and you took the 1v1, and you were like, fuck you, Roadhog, I'm not gonna get in your range, I'm gonna stay away, and he used the hook, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna farm you now. And you were like, yeah, that's really good, and I really like that. You stay away, and the Roadhog cannot do anything. And the same applies to like most of the heroes. Doesn't apply to Sen, but Sen is very vulnerable. Doesn't apply to Ana, but Ana is very vulnerable. So yeah, overall, I think you've got some really good improvements. And I think the biggest thing to work on is like if you can improve your aim 5% by deciding on one sensitivity, because again, changing your sensitivity too often is really bad. It fucks up your aim because you can get. It takes a little bit of time to get used to a sensitivity. If you keep interrupting and going another way, you're never gonna get used to one. So just get used to what I showed you, like keeping your crosshair all the time on one of the bots on the practice range will help you. Just find one that is comfortable for you and stick with that one for at least a couple weeks until you are used to it. Again, improving your aim by 5% will mean a lot because there were more than a few moments when your targets had like 50 or maybe 20 HP left, and just being able to hit a few more shots would have made a difference. So I think right now that's the biggest thing. But also if you're playing with someone, coordinate with that someone. Like playing together has the big advantage of coordination. In the case, that's gonna be it for your review. But yeah, let me know how the sensitivity works out for you. Even on console, like going to the bot crosshair head thing should be good enough to at least make you find a sensitivity you are comfortable on. Okay. I'm gonna take another break and I'll be back soon. I have returned. Say I have to end the stream. I'm getting a sugar low. So if you're around, most Jack for is I too moist for you. I think is your name. I'll do yours first thing tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. So you can come watch it tomorrow. But I really got you on the stream because I got a sugar low. But I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good time.